let's join the evolves today in the white space and see what they have to offer. As you are becoming more familiar with who we are as the evolves, we would like to track our evolution for you at this time. In this particular vessel that you are seeing before you has come into alignment with the first being called Eli Wazar. It was unusual, and in our place we had no expectation that she would be able to hear the words, "It is not I." We did not do this in that first experience, and yet the doors were open, as it is with many of you in getting downloads from nowhere as it appears, but it is divine timing. In those first several years of how this vessel brought forth Eli Wazar and clearing and cleaning his timeline of where he existed on Maldak and the many people that he has affected, and the salvation of who he was in coming forward to meet the blue crystal. In that timeline of this vessel bringing that forward, it was really to heal those that were around him on his vessel that crashed into earth. In those years that followed, it was opening and dilating this vessel to be more available for the multidimensionals that were coming forward. And as Eli Wazar brought in the council of the many that were 9 with 3 available seats, bringing this vessel into what we considered to be the council room for the next 25 years. And that council room in the teaching facility of where there were many human beings that were available in their time and space of how they were meditating or in their sleep state, to be understood and to be bringing forward of what was happening and what was to continue to happen on their planet in their own evolution, understood. And as that council evolved, it became apparent that this force of where this vessel had been confined was mostly in relation to her mother, and her mother bringing her in through the dynamics of the birth canal of which she was not supposed to be here. And yet here she is. And when the mother passed, and when she moved into her own evolution in another body, in another existence, in another timeline, the walls around this vessel collapsed, leaving her vulnerable and yet fresh and clean and free from her commitment to thy mother. It is where this evolution of who we were as the council of 9 into 12 that we moved and offered her the council of 28. And in that time of 28, 4 years progression of who she was and how she became the mediator of the council of 28, all of which are in the books of the multidimensional memoirs. And as that moves forward and as she evolves and as she becomes more committed to who she is and realizes the dynamics of what she is being invited into, that place of the Council of 28 several years ago had the opportunity, because the books were written, to move into their own evolution, and that is where we are today. We as the evolves are one consciousness, not several, not 28, but one consciousness, in moving forward into how to help and assist humans' evolution and Earth's evolution. So that is where we are. That is who we are. That is how we have evolved. Blessings until we meet again. Thank you.